Hello, fourth graders. I hope all is well. It's pretty exciting to be to week 13 of our Number Talk series. Wow, that's awesome. What we're doing this week is I know you're working on fractional reasoning during your number talks in the classroom, and I won't kid you that because that's so much based on language and conversation that didn't really make into a good learning opportunity. So we as a team thought it'd be a good idea to have you go back and review the strategies that you've learned thus far. Remember you learned place value and negative numbers and adding up when it came to subtraction. You learned partial products and making landmark or friendly numbers when it came to multiplication. You learned adding up in chunks or breaking number into its place value when you did addition strategies, and then we also played around with the number line. So we're going to focus on that this week in your learning op, and that's what this video is going to focus on, is review. What would be a great idea is for you to stop the video right now and actually make an effort to solve each one of these problems using the different strategies before you take the time to watch the video. It'd be a great opportunity for you to get more of an enrichment experience. So I'll let you stop it and enjoy yourselves. Okay, I assumed you stopped it. So now let's go over. So the first one's an addition. So addition strategy, we have two options. We have adding up in chunks, we have breaking a number into its place value. So if we think about adding up in chunks, well, that's the reality. So if we started at 235, and then we added 7 to that, that would get us to 242. Then if we add 40 to that, that would get us to 282. That's one option. That's not the only way to do adding up in chunks. You could have started with the 40 and said 235 plus 40 is 275, and then add the 7, that gets you 282. That's another option. Then the other one, the other method is breaking it up into its place value. So we'd have 200 plus 30 plus 5. We have 40 plus 7. So we have 200 plus 70 plus 12. So we add those all up, you have, again, 282. And that's the other strategy. Okay. We'll look at subtraction. Two different strategies that worked up was adding up. So if we start at 238 and we add up to 338, that would be a total of 100. And then from 338, we also could add up, from 338, we could add up to 340. That's just adding, right, if we went to 340, that's just adding 2 more. And then from 340, sorry, I ran out of room, I apologize, to 354, we could add up 14 more. So we're left with 100 plus 2 plus 14. So we know the difference is 116 would be our answer in the adding up approach. That's not the only way to add up. There's other ways you can do it. Now, if we want to do the place value in negative numbers, we would do 300 plus 50 plus 4. We would do 200 plus 30 plus 8. And when we subtract, well, what's 300 minus 200 is 100. What's 50 minus 30? 20. What's 4 minus 8? That's a debt of 4. So 50 minus 30 gave me a positive 20. 4 minus 8 gave me a negative 4. So 120 minus 4 also gives us that answer of 116. Okay? Now I'm going to move this up just so we can see everything a little better. So now let's look at the opportunity we have with 36 times 24. So if we do partial products, we could do 36. So 36 times 20, you double 36. So that's 720. And 36 times 4, well, 36 times 36 is 72. 72 doubled is 144, so I would say that my answer is 864. Now with the making landmark of friendly numbers, there's so many different ways to, whatever numbers you think are friendly. I mean, obviously everybody's different. One of the ways I like to look at it is actually break it into tens. So I could say I have 36, 10, plus 10, plus 4. So 36 tens is 360. 36 tens is 360. And then 36 fours is 144. When I add that all up, that also gives me 864. That's another method. That's not the only way to do making landmark of friendly numbers. Like I said, I just like multiplying things by 10 because I know I'm just adding a 0 to that initial number you're multiplying by. So I can apply that. The last one is the number line. And with the number line, how I like to do it is I don't always focus on the numbers I'm looking for. I just start to break it up. So if I think negative 2 to 2, well, I know that that has a total distance of 4. So the middle of that would be 0. Oh, wait a second, I had to find 0. Cool, so I got it. Then halfway between 0 and 2 is 1. So that I didn't have to find 1. Halfway between 0 and negative 2 would be a negative 1. Okay, so again, those weren't numbers I had to, it just broke up my values. Now I can go back and start to break it up according to what I know. So if I need to find 1 and 1/2, well here, let me do this in a different color. So halfway between 1 and 2 is 1 and 1/2. Then if I think about 0 and negative 1, well, halfway is negative 1/2, but then halfway, there's my negative 3/4, right? So I found that. Then I have to find 1/4. Well, wait a second, halfway between 0 and 1 is 0. So there's, is 1/2, sorry. Halfway between 0 and 1/2 is 1/4. And then halfway between 0 and 1/4 is 1/8. So then I found all my values. Okay, but again, I start big, so I say, well, let's first think about, let's split up negative 2 and 2. Well, halfway is 0. And then I work my way in from there. Obviously, it's not the only way to do it, but I think to me that's the most efficient way. So hopefully this has helped you. If you're still confused at all, please come see one of the 4th grade teachers or see myself so we can help support your learning. Thank you very much, and sorry about the stylus situation because I had to use my old stylus, and that was kind of a bummer. It's not the same.